Well, welcome into the Delta Center for the Utah Top 50 Championship night on the boys' side. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart, and a new commentator, Kyle Wilson.
Hey,
Debut.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Kyle's been listening to us, and now he gets to come join us on Championship night. As we'll start first with the Rockford Lightning.
You know, I'll be honest. I saw Rockford. I was expecting Jimmy Dugan to be down there coaching, but
that's the Peaches.
Well,
silly Kyle.
He's a peach. And is on the drive is Workman, and Workman can tell when to go.
Good take there. That was Colton Blackman.
Oh, I said Workman. I meant Blackman.
Yeah.
You got to listen to what he means, not what he says most of the time.
I think Dane would know it by now. Drisdom on the rebound, put it up, no, gets his own rebound. Listen, we got a couple new numbers tonight. Sam Lind is back. That's what it was. Sam Lind out of Wasatch. Oh, they stopped our clock too. Is it just me, or did we start at 18 minutes instead of 20?
I think we're trying to make up time.
$16.40.
Last week, Oak War had a huge game. Excited to see him tonight, right? He was much more aggressive with his offense. Good deflection there.
Taken away, Sam Lynn trying to set ahead. Comey Okwar with the tip away, picked up by Blackham. Blackham to Zeke Wilson. And online, a little long.
Yeah, we'll blame that one on his dad and not on me.
The three won't go for Ike Palmer. Castagnetto gives it up. Blackham on the drive, hangs and hits.
Like what we've seen from Blackham in the top 50, but boy, tonight he's looking very aggressive offensively. Good couple takes here early on.
On the drive, it is Barclay drawing the foul. And to put Barclay at the line, shooting 1 for 2.
I think it's Bodden.
Oh, is it Bodden?
64, yeah.
64 and 67.
Maybe we should just have Dane do this.
All right.
Maybe me and Dane will just take this thing over. Dane will start doing play-by-play. I'll just color it from here.
I'll just run the scoreboard. Free throw is good for Bodden. Bodden with the 1 for 2. Jagger Frankham in and out on the 3, and the rebound to Sam Lind. Drop it inside. Bodden crawls it up and in.
First man down before defense can get set up. Nice job there by Bodden. Continues his impressive night.
Frankham outside to Okwar. Jagger Frankham out. Gives it right back to Comey. Blackham. Oh, that's a pretty pass.
It's almost like a pitcher, Dusty, right? You know this better, but you set up your pitches, right? And Blackham's had a couple nice drives. That defense comes over. He knows he's got the handoff to Jagger. Good finish.
Palmer with the flyby, and then Ike kiss it off the glass.
Late.
Blackham inside to Jagger.
It's almost like they're expecting Jagger to set that screen up top. He just keeps rolling right through the paint.
And Sam Lynn sends that one back out. Oh, beautiful drive and finish by Braden Larson.
That's one where they're expecting that screen, so you come up to hedge it. You move away from that whole paint wide open. Really good recognition here early on from both teams.
Oh, that ball rattles around and finally drops. Jagger Frankham with another basket.
I'd like to point out, I think we got some good ball movement, both teams today. There's been some games we've had where we haven't had a lot.
It's one of the things that, the organizers really stress is, hey guys, like this is meant to move the basketball and play as a team and play with other people, get others engaged, and not just be one person shot after shot after shot.
Right.
Inside, Blackham gets his defender off his feet, and it's his best. This is his best offensive performance from Blackham.
Well, he's shooting the ball, he's penetrating, he's dishing the ball, he's kind of doing it all right now.
All inside, Palmer gets Okwar off his feet, left it short, got it back, and the Harriman Mustang able to stick with it, ties to 12. So there's Aaron Castagnetto. Castagnetto pulls on the long 2, and it won't go. Tristan, it's a tough pass.
That was a good look. If that guy would have rolled a little harder, he has that.
Ike Palmer.
Have you seen Tristan play, Kyle?
I haven't watched much, 5, 6A stuff.
In the words of Rob Akey, you're going to love him. He's a stud.
Yeah.
Only a sophomore.
Yep.
And the corner 3 from Zeke won't fall.
My man's rushing it a little bit tonight, I think.
I think the building does it.
Now I got to ask this question real quick. Was that side that he just missed that shot on? Was that the side that Jordan hit the shot in '98?
We don't talk
From the
about
junction, yeah.
But it was this side of the court, right? I
so.
knew it was a junction. I just
believe
wanted
so.
to make sure Dusty, we're on the same page.
Where he pushed off, is that what you mean?
Well, he escorted Brian Russell and told him where to stand.
Escort is another version for.
I don't think so.
off.
I don't.
It was clear that the momentum of Russell
Carried him.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I think Jordan was trying to hold him up.
Jordan's never told a half truth ever.
Dusty, it's science, okay?
Momentum. Physics, bro.
An object in motion stays in motion.
As Jagger Frankham lays down him. Kyle, remember, he called me after that nonsense, and I didn't answer the phone.
For a while.
And then he called back, and I hung up. As Ike Palmer hits the 3.
I would like to point out that when The Last Dance came out, Dusty finally admitted that maybe he didn't push him as hard as we thought.
It was all doctoring of the editing, as I found out later. Is Hunter Jackson hits on the long 2. Palmer fits that one in. Did Dominic cut his hair? Sorry, Kyle.
No, I'd say that was a good cut. Just a little hard on the finish.
Hunter Jackson fouled along the baseline. But Dominic Fonolith has had a bigger ponytail. At least you can see it. We're a little further away.
Yeah, it's the
He
court.
braided it.
Yeah, I think it's braided.
Trying to step it up a notch to play on this jazz floor.
Hey, look at that. Jagger Frankham.
I've been pretty impressed with Frankham watching last week on TV and then so far today.
He's a real interesting post player because he can play physical inside. He's got the ability to stroke it outside.
Well, and he's got that Luka type movement where he's not out of control. He knows what he can do. He's under control and he gets it done.
Hunter Jackson goes at Ike Palmer, and Palmer got the block but got him with the body first.
I tell you what, Jackson has probably been my favorite player to watch. I hope my nephew doesn't get upset. But I just love the way that guy plays.
He's got really great flow.
He does.
He?
He's
just very natural.
You can tell he's got the high basketball IQ.
The thing is, he plays at his own pace, right? He doesn't get sped up because he misses on the free throw. Back the other way, Ike Palmer. It's a good little hesitation.
Set that up.
This could be an interesting year for Harriman. Doug Meacham takes over.
Because one player not in the top 50 is Malcolm Johnson.
Right.
And
Malcolm playing football.
You also have Meza.
Yeah.
Right?
Mulford. Younger Mulford. That's what you meant?
Right, but I was thinking that they've got a Meza that plays ball unrelated to Q.
Oh,
I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that.
I'm taking Dane's side because of all the mistakes Dusty's had on names so far, but I mean, I don't know.
That's roster
I don't know where I'm
Ike
at
Palmer.
here. So I feel like Dane thought this was going to go the other way, where it was I'm on Dusty's side.
I'm not going. I'm all disoriented. I really thought it was going to be 2-on-1. I was going to be short staffed.
Oh, Frank and I was stripped away by Palmer. Castagnetto. And loose ball pick up and run out.
Oh, should have went a little Oreo.
Oh, just
a little off the backboard. Would have been nice.
Couldn't finish it. Blackham. Oh, man.
That's deception.
That's what I'm saying.
Beautiful.
That was dirty.
That was pretty. Come back the other way. Dominic Fonolith is fouled. It'll put him at the line 1 for 2. Komi Okwar and Zeke Wilson will come back in.
Let's see if Zeke can't start representing the name a little better here.
They've been online.
You know, he's a good shooter. He really is. And, you know, he's never played in a bigger arena like this, so it's probably a little different, little depth perception. But you're right, they have been online. See if he can knock one down.
He's got a lot of lift to his shot. I know, you know, every shooter has their own little niche. Mine is a horizontal spin on the basketball, but is that something, because you've coached basketball, Kyle, is that something that you like, or you try to, hey, bring that down a little bit?
You know what? I think it's a comfort level at a certain point, but I actually, whether good or bad, I kind of taught Zeke how to shoot. So
we can blame you.
Believe it or not, I actually read, right? I read and researched a couple different shooters. I looked at Steph Curry and Dirk Nowitzki. I watched those two guys, and it's honestly a combination of those two guys getting the shot off.
Wow.
As Isaiah Bay knocks down the 3.
I didn't know Bay had that kind of range. That's fascinating.
That range?
No,
me.
You're just talking about like breaking down how what you were looking for as you were working with Zeke.
Well, and I used it on another kid I coached, Derek Hillam, and it was kind of he was the guinea pig, but I researched it a lot before we actually got to it. So if you ever watch Dirk Nowitzki play, he's 7 feet tall, right? But he plays so low. He's always low. He's always got his knees bent, ready to go. So I took that aspect and then put the Steph Curry shooting motion, right? Steph Curry is shooting before he's shooting.
Right.
You know? And so I looked at those two, and I watched a lot of videos of those guys shooting, read a couple things on it, and it's just, it kind of all made sense to me and come together that way. So
Imagine a high school coach taking time to teach his players. You know,
remarkable, huh?
It's a novel thought. As inside the drive.
I'd like to say I learned that from Ted Bianco, but all he did was yell at me when I played for him. So I'd like to clear one thing up. I'm sorry I'm talking a lot here, but I think last week it was mentioned the 8 flagrant fouls. Okay? Ted Bianco told our team, no free layups. And
there's only one way to interpret that.
So I took it to heart. And I'll be honest, my team, we didn't have, apparently the point guard was my job to take care of the ball and be the tough guy. So I did that. However, it did help that I had Jan Jorgensen on my team. So anything I would start with anybody else, all I did was get behind Jan.
Yeah.
And Jan and I had that silent understanding that I'm going to start it and he's going to finish it.
It's a good recipe.
But he was perfectly fine with that, so it worked out really well. Dusty in the stands probably encouraging everything didn't help either, but I was happy to oblige.
Well, he was probably there yelling at the refs, "That's an awful call!" Right?
Oh, it's Castignetto.
Good finish.
Pretty. The men out of Provo.
Dusty, a lot of the time, my senior year, Dusty was helping do.
I was broadcasting.
What was the company?
Channel 9.
Channel 9. So, other than the talking to me on the sidelines when I'm inbounding the ball. The whole "I believe in you."
Yeah, he shared that story.
Yeah,
that was a winner.
That's some good times.
They shouldn't show Hook in school. As Lynn drives at Okwar, he's along the baseline. All bought an extra pass and knifing through and getting the layup there at Braden Larson.
It's great vision.
There's Hunter Jackson. Oh, Bryce Mella. He was moving a little too quick. Mella turns it over. So we go inside of 4 minutes left in the first half as Drism drives at Jackson. Good on Castanetto, hold him up. In about 4 weeks, he won't be holding him up.
Yeah. Probably won't be helping him up either.
No.
Of course, that Provo Highland rivalry isn't the same as it used to be.
First state championship boys game Dane ever did.
Yeah.
Chris Collinsworth, Tanner Gregory on Provo.
Steve Panos,
and Orchard.
I got to ask, what year was that?
2006.
I feel like I was there.
You were there.
Was I there?
You were there.
Who played the 5A game that day? Was that the one
Bingham Riverton.
where the kid hit the
Somerville at the horn.
Somerville from the little fadeaway, right? Like
At the free throw line. On this end. Komiokwar rattles home a 3. He's gotten better every week.
He has. Yeah, his offense. Initially it was his defense was a great shot blocker, rebounder. But man, his offense really come the last couple of weeks.
Oh, Larson. I don't know if Bodnick should tip that one in.
Well, if this is an NBA game, we're pausing for 15 minutes to go to a booth.
At least we see Steve Javy at that point. As Isaiah Bay, as all of us miss, is watching Steve Javy. As Lynn pulls for 3 and hits.
Nice.
I tell you what, this what's the dark color team?
Volcanoes.
The Volcanoes. They're getting up down the floor. They're getting up and down. They're getting offense early. Whether it's look up the floor pass shot or attacking it early, and it's kind of given our Peaches, our Rockford Peaches here, a little struggle here. But
You could say they're erupting in their offense early, right?
You could say that.
You could. I'm not going to.
Hey, I've been told I'm the king of the dad jokes. Kyle, you just got to be okay with it.
That was pretty. Sorry about Mella.
It was like whole arm,
Yeah, I didn't see that kind of carryover. Hey, the Web Feet people tied this up at 3.
Yeah, they did.
It's all right. My Raiders still can't get past the 50-yard line unless it's on a turnover. So
It's kind of unfair when all we can do is just waddle.
Castagnetto short on the long 2. Drisdom on the run out. Drisdom down the lane, and he's fouled. They'll put him at the line. Again, mind you, shooting 1 shot for 2 points.
Although I guess ducks waddle too, huh?
They do.
This is the battle of the great waddle.
Ducks don't waddle?
I mean, it's on ice. I feel like ducks would slip on ice, right? Like
Penguins do too.
Well, but they do it on purpose.
We can fly above it. And Drisdom can't get the 1 for 2. Hunter Jackson. Jagger Frankum with Drisdom in his face. Okwar with the rebound. Wilson, extra pass to Jackson.
I didn't teach him that, though. It's not true. I'm glad he likes to share the ball a little bit.
Jagger Frankum fouled on the entry. And the clock's still going to be running, so kind of got to get... Like Zach Wilson and the Jets. Got to get up to the line.
Maybe they learned from it last time, right?
Stolen by Larson.
We got
10, and the dunk by Bodden.
get it up the floor.
Gotta hurry here.
2 seconds. Jackson at the horn is short, and that'll do it for the first half. And at the end of 1, it is Volcanoes 35, Lightning 31. You're watching the Utah Top 50 on KSLSports.com and on the Rewind Sports Network. The start of the second half, Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, Kyle Wilson, as Ike Palmer extends this to 6. This is his best game this fall.
Yeah.
Take the ball with you. His dad taught him that. So
It's Jagger Frankum, no, and the rebounder to Rosevear. Rosevear crosses up Okwar. Now it's Isaiah Bay in the lane, and Isaiah. Sure, he had to shoot that shot over his sister many, many times.
Right? Yeah. He's got a little Reggie Miller experience, right?
Thought his sister was a really good player at Murray. She was awesome. Zeke for 3. Left it short. Still on line, but just a little short. As Rosevear drives at Frankum and gets the foul. And I always get worried I'm not saying his last name right, but John Rosevear.
we need Danny to double check that one.
He's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens? I was trying to
We
go
just got a
off.
fact checker here, so I'm just making sure.
I'm like
What position did you play in baseball?
second base and right field.
Yeah, he's about a second baseman batting average right now. He's about 189 on the names and numbers. So
Yeah.
But what are my power numbers like?
Look, man, but defensively, I'm solid.
Yeah. So I got to throw it. There's Dominic Fonnelith.
He had the Chuck Knobloch syndrome.
There you go.
Certainly did. My last play ever, I did that same thing. Outside Castagnetto. No on the 3. Okwar. Now Bryce Mella. Jumping from the junction. Can't get it. And Bay goes up to get that board. Comes Isaiah. Inside out. Oh,
it's a nice job by Zeke staying with him.
He stayed right there.
His dad probably did teach him that.
Yeah.
So
Lundqvist. And now the 3 on the other end.
Okwar. Talking about the development of his offense.
I think Lundqvist got here late as Rosevear drives and is fouled to give him his free throw shot.
There's probably a dead squirrel on the road that backed everyone up.
The look you lose.
Yeah.
The Lundqvist coming from Bountiful. Oh, that's definitely coming from north. There's Castagnetto. Will jump it. Crawls off. Okwar saves it right to Ike Palmer.
It's a nice contest by Lundqvist. Made that difficult last-second guess.
Isaiah Bay for 3.
inside out look, man. That's what a coach wants every time on a 3-ball, especially early, inside out.
That's another young man who's gotten better each week in the top 50 of the day, right?
Jason Workman, I think his coach's name, will be excited to have him on that team.
Have we ever met him?
Usually not till March.
Oh, okay. All right.
Of course.
And there's going to be plentiful offensive opportunities with how many players he graduated. And Coach Workman, he's going to be motivated. I mean, talked to him last year. He's like, I did not want that year to go like that. So we're coming back.
Some thought he would sell off into the sunset with the Jackson graduating. But he said that he will put that off. The year going the way that it did made him want to come back as Rosevear short on the 3. And loose ball picked up by Bryce Mella. Mella ahead to Jackson. Hunter will pull in transition. No. Rebound to Rosevear. Here comes Lillenquist. Right at Castagnetto.
Nice.
Good hands there by Castagnetto. Did we post the interview with Castagnetto from last week? Did I need to put it up for you? Yeah, I guess I can. Text Austin, he can upload it for us. Here comes Isaiah Bay on the drive and no.
It was a good interview.
It was a good interview.
My kid just asked me if you guys were cool enough to control the music up here, and I told him no.
That's nothing to do with being cool. We don't let the dance teams come talk to us at halftime. They do anyway.
Well, the song he requested, we wouldn't have played anyway. So.
Oh, okay. As Mella couldn't get that one. Here comes Bay on the drive.
He wanted a little cannon in D.
I don't even know what he wanted.
Oh, what?
I think he actually requested some Lizzo. Is that who it is, bud?
He can get Dua Lipa if he wants to, but depends. If it's just as long as it's levitating. So back down the floor, Castagnetto. Aaron on the drive, blocked away by Bodden. Tipped right to Blackham, left hand no. Jagger Frankham able to take it away and put it in.
So that's a great defensive series though by Bodden, staying straight up on the first take and the second. Jagger, they're able to finish through it.
Curious what Owen's season's going to look like as he pulls for 3. You get Jax Allen transferring to Orem. They had so much talent come back that was young last year.
Christensen is back. We'll see him tonight. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Coach Pugmire trying to build that program at Cedar Valley. And last year, high expectations. They lost players with injury and still had a good year. But yeah, you think about the transfers and the graduations. It'll be interesting to see what Cedar Valley looks like.
The biggest thing for Cedar Valley, just like Wesley, can you keep your players from transferring? Can you keep all that homegrown, young, because it's so young in that area, can they keep them within boundary? As Lind maybe the extra step. But
See, they can come down to Carbon if we're worried about transferring. We don't,
Kyle's got some extra bedrooms that he can rent out to help out.
I would be willing to, help Carbon maybe, get a couple more wins.
If Frankham can't get that one to go, Drisdom right down the floor, sends it to the corner. Larson, no. And the board to Owen Bodden. And the putback.
I think his season might be just fine this year.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
They're just in a tough region. I mean, man.
Good finish.
Castagnetto. That's the other place, is Orem. Can Orem return to glory this year? And it's been a long time.
It'll be interesting. Last year, I don't think there were a lot of expectations. They were so young. This year, it's like, all right, you put together a big run last year. Can you take that next step? It'll be interesting to see if they can deal with that pressure.
Yeah. I won a state championship since 07. Back when the Wizard of Provo in his last state championship for Coach Drury.
I'd actually call Orem the original Dusty school.
Orem was it?
There's been Bingham and there's Corner.
Coach Connors.
There have been a lot, but Orem was the first.
Yeah, Coach Connors.
Yeah.
Preston from there too.
Yeah, we met Preston. That was when Preston signed up. Was at the Great Western Shootout. Been an intern ever since. He's been brought in from off of leave. He is now getting credit for his work. It's Castagnetto on the steal.
Numbers.
Made that difficult, and Hunter Jackson follows him up. Another reason I like Hunter Jackson. Run the floor.
Exactly. Run the floor and get a little cleanup. Always like teammates that run the floor just in case.
Isaiah Bay, no. Frankham ahead to Jackson. Comey. Castagnetto.
You don't see that very often.
That was a little oops. Maybe a little oops.
That was Lind sends that one back out to Drisdom. Off the screen from Bodden. Drisdom sends it up top. Isaiah Bay from the NBA ring. No. And an extra shot clock on the rebound to Sam Lind.
What, the Volcanoes are, I think they're dominating the boards this game.
Blackham with the steal. Hunter Jackson. And we're tied at 48.
I want to know how tall Hunter Jackson is. Anybody?
6'3".
Is he that tall?
I don't know.
6'2", 6'3". You know what he looks like body-wise? Is on the drive at Bodden +1. This impressive night continues, but, just from this distance, he looks like Dallin Hall.
I said that.
You said that?
Yeah, throughout the whole top 50, I've said he reminds.
You have said that?
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard Dane say that.
I guess he said it. Kyle's just piling on.
Not at all. I haven't heard that at all.
Vince?
You heard him say that? Loose ball picked up by Ike Palmer. Ike at Jackson, and then he's fouled.
I tell you, when I was is the Jackson kid a point guard?
I want to say he plays it too.
Does he play it too? He looks like a point guard out here.
Well, we're working on that.
I would have loved to have a point guard 6'2" or 6'3".
I guess I could text his dad.
No height. Man.
No height? I can
No,
text
right
his
there.
dad.
It says 6'3".
I'll text his dad.
Hunter Dallin Hall Jackson. I heard you say
Hunter Dallin Hall Jackson.
I mean, if he didn't say it, he implied it.
I'm going another approach. We'll see who's quicker.
Hunter Jackson inside, sends it out to Castagnetto. Castagnetto jackknifes it up, thought he'd get the call and didn't.
Kick it. Inside out.
Hunter Jackson, 4-3. Tied at 51. Can you confirm our score, Dane? Just make sure it's on there. Lind, 4-3. Sam Lind. Should be 54-51.
I believe that'll be accurate.
Castagnetto. A little flat on it. Here's Rosebeer. John sizing up Frankham. No, in the rebound to Jackson. Hunter inside to Frankham. Jagger tried to send it across. It was like Palmer got his hand on it. Now Larson on the push. Ike Palmer, 4-3. I did not know that guy had that game in him.
I didn't either. Coach Meekum excited about that, though.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really deep Harriman team.
See if they can keep it all together. It's usually not stuff on the court as far as talent goes with Harriman. It's usually, it's everything else is everything around it. Comey Okwar lost it going up. How much stock do you put in what happens in the fall for what's going to happen in the winter, Kyle?
Oh, you know what? It depends on who is there off your team, right? Like you can have a whole team together and get some. These guys are over here having a contest right now, and I'm in the middle, and
His dad says 6'3".
I don't feel comfortable at it.
Nailed it.
See,
6'3".
I knew Dane nailed it, so that's why I backed it up.
And that's confirmed by Papa Jackson, the 6'3".
No, obviously you want to see. You can judge a little bit in the fall, but if you got multiple guys missing off a team. I used to take my team to a fall league. We'd play in a Murray fall league, right? But I'd be missing a couple guys, and sometimes it worked for the good, sometimes it worked for the bad. You'd start to get a team playing very well together, even if there were some younger guys, and for us. But then the season comes, and you throw one or two football players in there that just hadn't been there because they're playing football, which is awesome. But sometimes it kind of messes with the vibes of the team just a little bit, and you kind of almost have to start over. But that's just my view from Carby County. So,
well, there's some coaches up here that don't let football players be football players. It could be basketball players. As a 3 short.
That looked like Dusty and Green River golfing right there. As soon as he hits the ball, where to go? And we have no clue because we don't know where it went.
There's a video of me totally duffing a ball but holding my shot.
I have heard that Dusty has a lot of splashes. Not in like a 3-ball splash, but in like a splash.
The reason they had to drain Lake Powell is because he put so many balls in there in the Green River that it ended up clogging up some stuff. They had to. You wouldn't believe how many Titleists they found at the bottom of that lake that had Dusty's marking on it.
Exactly. They were saying there was issues with fish, and I was like, is that a Titleist?
But I'm pretty sure they pulled a club out that was mine, so.
Hunter on the fall away makes it a 2-point game.
I don't know if you guys have talked about this, but from up here, it kind of seems like he kind of looks like Dallin Hall.
Hey, I think
Where'd you say that?
Yeah.
You know what? He had to have been 6'3", 6'4", right? Like.
Well, a chance to tie or take the lead in this possession. Zeke down the lane. First points of the night for Zeke. Ties at 57.
It looked like he meant to do that, almost.
That's pretty.
I really want him to hit a 3 in this building.
Yeah.
So do I.
A little miscommunication between Palmer and Lonequist. Ike on the drive. Oh, nice job of getting past him and lead back into the hands of the Volcanoes.
Great setup.
59-57. Jackson to Mella. He knew off his hand. Bryce Mella with his own board. Blocked away by Palmer. Got it back. The cutting Jackson. No, and now the rebound to Fonnelif. Dominican's off to Palmer. Ike sends out Rosevear. Short on the 3. And 2-point game as Jackson traveled.
Got to make a decision. You always hate that when the defense moves right at the last second and you kind of try to grab the ball again and take a few extra steps. Never helps.
So here's closing time, 2 minutes. The clock will stop. Normal clock rules. As Castignetto and Frankham come on for the final 2 minutes. And Mella gives up the... Oh, man, it is Soren Reese. I've been saying Mella. 38, not 30. We're a ways away. They look very similar. Drisdom, 3 won't go, and have a loose ball foul on Castagneto.
Yeah, that arm got extended inside.
Fix our clock. Remember, the clock on your screen's unofficial. Try to sync it up.
Either that or Dustin just trying to manipulate the game. One of the two.
Oh, not ready for this one to end. It is good.
He did text me. He didn't like the odds. The line came out. He wasn't a fan of it. I'd like to say we're not betting on high school
we don't,
at all.
We do not.
That would be a terrible idea.
Castagneto. Free throw line jumper.
How about the extension there by Bodden?
Right.
Really quick there defensively.
Bay sends that inside to Bodden. Bay open for 3, back rim.
I was surprised he had that side open because Jagger was kind of late getting down to take away that middle. He could have rolled away from it.
And Castagneto nails the 3. 1-point ball game, 61-60. As we near the 1 minute mark left in this one. 63-60, all right. And that shot comes off. Now a chance to pull within 1 or tie it up. You get 2 for 1. Jagger Frankham straight away. No. Well, you do get the 2 for 1.
Big stop right here. It'd be nice for Rockford.
Drisdom down the lane. No, and it was Owen Bodden, the man of the night. Comes in with the putback dunk, and now you don't have much of a change.
You need to get something quick if you want a chance.
Blackham inside, kiss it off the glass, no. Frankham got the board and couldn't get the +1, but Jagger at the line with 18 seconds left. Jagger hits the first.
If I recall correctly, last year he went to the line at Grantsville with game on the line and had to hit a couple. Seasoned.
Ice in the veins. There's a foul. So just about 17 seconds to go, and again it's 1-1.
Hitting those two free throws reminded me of Dusty down at the old church we used to play at. He was money. I don't know about anywhere else, but church, he was money.
I like the left off the angle.
Was that a practice?
Well, we were playing against, some of the girls that would go down there too. But.
Whatever. Cassie Warburton was hard. It was hard to shoot her, Cassie and Morgan. We're talking about Trev and Cody.
Yeah.
Or Snake or Jory. Back rim, and the door's still open. 4-point game.
Better get something quick.
Oh, he stepped out of bounds.
That's not going to work. A little lack communication. It burns the clock here.
So we'll get it back with 7 seconds.
So, Kyle, have you ever called the game before tonight?
I have not.
What'd you think?
Interesting. It was interesting. I enjoyed it. Kind of hard to. I didn't study like these guys do, so I really appreciate how you guys can stay up on all this stuff and know what's going on. And there's so many guys you guys could cover.
Castagneto at the horn, and that will do it. Final score, Volcanoes 66, Lightning 62. Get some final thoughts from both of you, and then Dane will select the top 50 player of the game.
You know what? I appreciate you guys letting me do this. I've known Dusty for a long time, and we've talked about doing a game or two together for a long time. It was the first time we had the opportunity, and you know what? I thought both teams played hard. I thought rebounding kind of came into play. I really think rebounding and a couple offensive rebounds by the Volcanoes kind of put them over the top, and I think there was 2 or 3 of them, right? Especially down the end of the game, which gave them that 4-point win. But so that was my thought.
I think perimeter shooting also helped the Volcanoes in this one. Bay hit a couple in the first half, right? And it just felt like, the 3-point ball that had been there this year for Rockford, they just never quite found it here tonight. So that was a differentiator. For me, player of the game, Owen Bodden. I thought he was a beast inside, offensively, defensively, did everything tonight to help lift the Volcanoes.
Owen Bodden, our top 50 player of the game. Again, our final score, the Volcanoes 66, Lightning 62. And that'll do it for both of their nights and their falls in the Utah top 50. Our top 50 player of the game, Owen Bodden from Cedar Valley High School. For Vince Francis, Dane Stewart, Jay Wilson, Kyle Wilson, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and for watching Utah Top 50 basketball on KSLSports.com and the Rewind Sports Network.